All right, here we are back in the 6x8 greenhouse with my weekly carnivorous update. Things not much has changed. I did lose my big box store Venus Flytraps. Oh, I didn't lose both of them. The other one is down at the bottom in the hospital tray. So yeah, he's down there. He's got some very, I don't want to say poor. He's got some pretty bad bulb development. So I put him down the hospital tray. Whoa, looks close. Wait, make sure I'm not zoomed in. Okay. But yeah, so this is my Drosophilum here, my dewy pines. I mean, obvious. Just, yeah, couldn't even tell you how tall that is now. Growing like crazy. Yeah, these are not hard to grow. In my opinion, the hardest part is seed to germination to small plant. But like this plant here, he sprouted from a seed in here, just like normal. Yeah. So once you get them going, they're just extremely easy to grow. I'm waiting to see when these flower. I'm not sure. I'll have to look and see what time of the season these things flower, to know when to start cutting back the water. This right now is in my flood table. Flood? This really isn't a flood table. This is just a giant pond. So this is not a drain and fill like a hydroponics table. I don't have a drain in this. So when it starts to flower, I'll pull it out of the water. And of course, I've got my sundews just chilling down there. Yeah, of course, everyone loves sundews. And of course, an update on my seed grown. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Don't know exactly what I have in each pot yet. Of course, this was a mixed seed that I had purchased from, oh, who did I get those from? I honestly can't remember who I got the seeds from. Oh gosh, if I saw the website, I'd tell you pretty quick. But I go around and I find seeds from different vendors, and just to see what kind of growth I can get from different seeds. I'm a huge person on growing from seed. Now my Judith Hindles here. I mean, obviously just as big and colorful as can be. Yeah. Oh, I got these seeds from. Yeah, I got these from the Carnivorous Plant Society. Is that what that is? A plant nursery, Carnivorous Plant Nursery. I got those seeds from. Same place I got this plant from, which is growing nicely, tall. Last week I'd mentioned that something was eating away at this plant, and well, this one here is growing nicely. This plant here is really slow at growing, but this guy here is doing pretty good. So that little hole that was in it doesn't seem to affect it too bad. Let me see if I can show you guys. There's that hole that got eaten into the hood of that new sprout. I don't know what did that. I'm not sure. That's the first ever bug damage I've ever had in a carnivorous plant. I'm pretty good at keeping up on my bugs. Yeah, oh, and of course I've got, yeah, I've got pygmies everywhere. These are just some of my most favorite. They're low growing. They make just great aesthetic ground cover. So I'm, excuse me. So I'm allowing some of these to grow in these pots just to do a little ground coverage. I know eventually these are going to get too big, but you know, it is what it is. Some more seed grown stuff. There's, of course, my California Carnivorous Spider-Man Venus Flytraps there for you. Sorry, my digital zoom's probably making things look a little bad there. And then my typicals. Yeah, these guys, I started all these guys from seed from, I think, yeah, all these were seed grown from this plant. which is a typical from California Carnivores. Of course, I love to support California Carnivores. I have for a long time. Oh, my little. This guy is a seed-grown Sarracenia. This seed is from Canada. It should be I think just a standard Sarracenia. Is it a rubra? I'm not sure. We'll know when it grows out. Yeah, just my typical keep me happy carnivorous plants. Oh, and this guy here. Oh my gosh, this Tocansis. I can't say these names at all for the life of me. Here, I'll show you the tag. You tell me what it says. Yeah, Tocansis. That's a flowering monster. You see that, guys? You see all those flowers? All this thing knows how to do is flower. That's it. Does it know how to catch bugs? I don't think the bugs like it, but it does know how to grow flowers. Yeah, my rotundifolia. I beat that up pretty bad this year. I have so many rotundifolia plants growing. I let it go to seed, and yeah. And of course, my scorpioids, my most favorite pygmy of all time. These are my gamay plants. I raise these strictly for their gamay because I have another tray growing that is just going to be for really a pygmy tray. Even though I know these like deep pots, these are transplants, believe it or not. I have been very successful at transplanting scorpioids, even though I've read that they don't like to be transplanted. There's my multiphyta extrema. I'm not sure. Fork-leafed, of course, as we call them, fork-leaf sundews. Sorry, guys, me and names. I just grow these things. Why? Because they're cool. More fork-leaf with my zip tie holding it. Otherwise, this thing would just lay everywhere. This thing is massive. Yep. And then, of course, I'm going to have to do something about those guys. Those will get too big for this pot. I just want this guy in there. What is that? That is a California Sunset from California Carnivores. Yep. And then, of course, my trigger plant. This is just a beast. I mean, you can't kill this stuff. I have ripped some plant out. I mean, you can just beat it up, rip it out. If you put this in the water, it'll grow. Throw it out. Yeah, looking good. Let's check out of course, cobra lilies. Here's my Darlingtonia Californica. Sorry, the sun is behind me, so sorry for any shadows or glares. Growing just nice. I do believe I lost this guy here. Oh, poor guy. I ripped out the sundew that was growing, burying it. It does have a root. It's gonna hang in there, guy. But yeah, otherwise they're growing. I mean, there ain't no stopping these things. And these guys are gonna get a little too big. Sorry, cephalotus. This guy's gonna outgrow you. But yeah, there's my little cephalotus just chilling in the corner of this flood flower pot. What's my current temperature in this? My current temperature in this pot is 67 degrees. Oh, make sure my water level's not too low. Yeah. Oh, darn. Look at that guy. Yep. Never fails. I'll pull him out eventually. I had some growing over here. I pulled all them out. I just want my cobra lilies. Yeah. Growing. These are all tissue cultured, from tissue culture, I should say. Plants. Yeah. So, yeah, if you get a tub of tissue culture plants, just be prepared that you're going to be, if you're successful at direct potting them, you're gonna have a lot of plants. And then, of course, my Scorpioid tray with my oddball. I think I looked these up, and is it some form of filiformis here? Uh, but the beautiful flower. I love flowers. Will this thing focus on it? Probably not. Yeah. It just has a gorgeous color flower. I don't know what it is. It came from a seed pack. I kind of looked it up, and it just looks like a filiformis or tracei or some kind. I'm not sure. Um, yeah, but yeah, these are my Scorpioids. Next year, I will uproot all these and put them in a really deep flat tray. Uh, my goal is just to make a Scorpioid garden to be able to provide gamma for people that love Scorpioids as much as I do. So yeah, that's pretty much the update for today of my greenhouse. I really don't have a lot going on in here. This is the middle of August 2024, so we're sticking around in the mid 80s, high 80s. Of course, I've got my pump going. I have a nice cross flow going across this table. Keeps things cleaner. Excuse me. And I do use, what I do is I just use a TDS meter, and I just check the table with my TDS meter. We're at 8 parts per million right now, so that's what I do is I just keep an eye on my TDS of my table, because you will start to creep up in your TDS just from the elements of nature. So what I do when I get up to about 15 or so, I just take this hose here and I let the pump just drain the table, and then I let the autofill refill the table. So yeah, that's how I take care of the table. It's just so much easier than try to manage watering individual trays. Oh, I can't stand watering individual trays. That's my hospital down there. Um, yeah, these guys get very minimal sunlight. Not minimal, very few hours a day. And I tell you what, with my hospital setup, I can take things like, let me get you down here. I had a bunch of seed-grown Venus flytraps that were about to die on me, and I stuck this thing down here with the rest of my hospital guys, and they are all coming back nicely. So next year, these will all be planted, depending on, I think these are all typicals, but these might be up on the table in their own pots next year, maybe. Depends how big they get. But yeah, that's stable, guys. I do thank you for watching. And please like and subscribe, and leave me any comments down below if you have any more tips, ideas. Always love to listen to them. Thanks, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.